Coming in hot from Arizona, this is Trevor
and Troy Howard.
And you're on So Tell Us Time. You can have everything you want in your business. Sometimes you just need a little help.
Every business owner would love to charge more for their services, but sometimes you can sacrifice long-term loyalty for a short-term profit.
Creating the right rituals is key to your business having success.
Are you tired of competing with your competitors? Guess what? You don't have to compete if you create.
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of So Tell Us Time. Happy Tuesday morning. We're super excited to be with you. It is summertime for your kids. It means nothing to you other than that life is probably a little bit more chaotic, right?
Yep.
It's like every night they want to party, and you're like, I still got to go to work tomorrow. I still got to get up. I have things to do. But it is summertime, which means warmer weather and people are out and about. Kids are home, making messes, ruining everything. Great. That's a great thing for a lot of our service industry people.
Yep.
Because if they're not already calling, they will be calling, right? All right. Well, today we are going to be talking about, are you listening? Well, I hope you're listening because you're supposed to be listening to us right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
You better be listening. But are you listening? And by that, what we mean is, does everyone in your company have a voice? See, so many business owners, they have their hierarchy, I would call it, within the company, right? You've got your peons at the bottom, and then it works its way up from there, and you've got your managers who are running a lot of things for you. Hopefully, if you're, in a company that has a bunch of employees, things like that. One-man show, wears all the hats. Well, maybe you just have multiple personalities. And you got you got that voice in your head that's the low man on the totem pole, and you got the manager, and then you're not the boss. Your spouse is really the boss, so that's how it goes. But does everybody in your company have a voice? A lot of times, as business owners with multiple employees and managers, we will have a weekly meeting with the managers to go over things, look at numbers, see how things are going. But in my opinion, that is a mistake.
Yeah.
A lot of times, the people that you would say maybe are lower on the totem pole, which Troy and I do not believe this at all, actually. There is no one in our company, in my opinion, in any position that is higher than any other position. And that's including you and I.
Yes.
You and I put in the work. We work harder, to be honest. And that's not putting down our employees. They are awesome. They work smoking hard. They are awesome employees. But Troy and I, this is our baby. We're running 24/7 for this thing, right? But even the guys that you would say maybe are lower on the totem pole in our company are very valuable. So, really, we don't have a totem pole in our company.
Yeah.
That's what we're saying here, right?
Exactly.
All right, because every employee has value, right?
Yes.
And their voice should be heard, and Troy's going to go into that a little bit more now.
Yeah, so your employees are basically the first line of communication with your customers. So you should be asking your employees what you can do to improve your company. And it's really important to give every employee a voice. So how do you do that in your company? Well, one of the things that we do, Trevor kind of mentioned it, is we hold a company-wide meeting every single week, and we give each of our employees, each of our departments, if you will, the opportunity to talk about what they're doing, talk about what issues they're facing, any ideas that they have of like how we can improve the company or improve what they're working on. So we give them that ability not only to talk about their own department, but everybody else is sitting there listening too. And the cool thing about it is anyone can chime in and be like, oh, hey, have you thought of doing this? Or, so like a lot of times our development team will be talking about issues that they're dealing with from a development perspective. And, our success coaches will, pop in and be like, hey, look, that's not really the issue that the customers are having. This is the issue the customers are having. Right. This is what we need to focus on fixing.
And I was actually just going to say that if anything, it would be topsy-turvy in our company.
Yeah.
As far as importance of voice. Because what we call success coaches, other companies would call support, things like that. their voice is the most important voice that we have. They actually take up a big percentage of our company meetings, of our weekly meetings. They are the big portion of that. And it's funny because some people would think like, well, yeah, but your programmers, they get paid so much money and they're da-da-da-da. Yeah, but guess what? When my programmers, voice their opinions and get a little, voicey about it, about their opinion, I remind them, you're not engaging with the client.
Yeah.
So if you'd like to start picking up the phone and talking to the customers, then then you can have this very strong opinion. But until you're doing that, our success coaches have all the sway and say.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, because they're dealing with the customer
Correct.
On a daily basis. So that's one way, is have that meeting, give everybody the opportunity to report on what they're doing, the issues they're having, and then open it up so that anybody in the company can provide their feedback, their suggestions on what the company can do to improve. Another thing is, I know we used to have this way back in the day. We had like the suggestion box. I don't think anyone really puts up suggestion boxes anymore. So I'm going to tell you, you should provide a digital suggestion box.
Smart. We got that.
Meaning that, you give them an email address or a person that they can email their ideas to, or for example, like we use Basecamp for our project management. Our team can go into Basecamp and at any time they can create a project or an idea that says, hey, I really think we should do this. And it sends it out to the entire team so that we can all take a look at it and go, oh yeah, that's a really good idea. Let's put that in our development roadmap.
Yeah.
So giving them that ability to submit their ideas on how to improve the company, the product, your services, whatever it might be, and then if you want to have a little reward system in place, that's another great thing to do. Like, we implemented your idea. We're going to give you a little bit of a bonus.
Absolutely.
For doing that. All right. Another thing is, and Trevor brought this up, and I really like the idea. If you're rolling out a new product or a new service, you should roll it out to your employees first and have them experience it and give you feedback before you take it to your clients.
And every employee, I'm talking about billing, HR, support, management, everybody.
Yep.
Like I used to work at a plumbing shop, like roll it out to the plumbers, see firsthand, roll it out to the janitor cleaning the office, right? Firsthand, real world experience on how that product or service works and does, and what could be improved, what could be what they love about it, blah, blah, blah.
Exactly. And for us, a software company, it's a little bit easier because it's like, oh, hey, we have a new feature. Let's have everybody in the company play around with it, test it out, and see what they like, what they don't like, and how we can improve it before we take it out to our customers. Right. But you can still do this in the service industry. If you're going to add on upholstery cleaning, why not go and clean the upholstery of some of your employees?
Absolutely.
First, give them that experience, let them see, how well it works and get excited about it. And, and then that also gives you the practice and your team the practice of what they need to use.
Get feedback from the spouse.
Yeah.
Right? That's at home every day with that upholstery. How it looks, how it worked, how the process was. Was it convenient? Were you there too long? Was it in the way? Did it feel, whatever?
Exactly.
Did it feel streamlined?
Yep. So that's how you improve the product or service before you ever roll it out to your customers. And again, these are your employees that live and breathe your business every single day.
Yeah.
So they're going to be able to give you probably better feedback.
Yeah.
And more in-depth feedback than your own customers can give you if you were to ask them.
Because the thing is, your customers don't always know exactly what it should be or what to expect.
Yeah.
And so you may think you're doing really well from the feedback you're getting from your customers, but your employees know where it's lacking, what it's supposed to do. Does that make sense?
Exactly. Yeah. All right. Anything else, Trevor, you want to talk about before we go to the homework?
Well, just one last thought is it's just in those meetings, there should be a section for what are we doing well, what are we struggling with, and what can we do better? And every employee should have a voice. I always laugh at these TV shows or movies where they're in a big conference room and it's like someone speaks up and the big head honcho's like, who are you? It's silly and ridiculous. But anyways, guys, all right, so let's jump into the homework. I think you get the idea. Implement at least one of these suggestions this week in your company. Super simple. Whether it's adding a weekly meeting, because maybe a lot of you aren't doing that, add a weekly meeting, or in that weekly meeting, make sure that you're letting everybody have a voice, maybe inviting the whole company versus just certain people. And I get it. Sometimes you're like, well, but my people are on the phone, and it doesn't matter. Your company will be better if you can find a time to include everyone. And even if it's just cutting out 15 minutes or 30 minutes max, that is very important. So, all right, guys. Well, thank you for spending another Tuesday morning with us. We love you. We appreciate you. Share, comment, tell us what you want to hear about. Get it out there to your friends and family. We are on every podcast channel or avenue out there. We are on Instagram, Facebook, all the social media sites. You can search for us under So Tell Us or So Tell Us Time. We will catch you guys on the next episode of So Tell Us Time.